It's the
I
best
will do it with Ben. Wait, no, I will do...
Is what he's referring to. Story number 2. I smashed
sister.
my other sister. His head. Face.
I was going to say, finish that sentence, please.
I thought sharing stories was special.
I'm joking. Bruh, you're such a nerd.
2, 1, go.
Good?
That was way off for me.
Do we want to do that again?
No, let's just do it.
We'll keep it.
All right.
Roll with the
got it.
punches. Roll
That's
with the
it.
punches.
That's it, guys. Sorry about the weird
Yeah.
camera angle, but I'm visiting
Yeah.
family right now, so
He
monitor
is.
here,
He also-
camera there.
You got a spray tan.
No, I didn't. This is just a normal tan because I work in the sun all day long. But also
Oh,
the yellow
or-
light in the room is what he's referring to.
Loompa, doopity.
Doopity. I could do this instead. Is this
Oh
better?
God.
Now you're scary. Now we're telling scary stories again.
Hey.
Ooh.
That's too much for me.
Oh, what? Nope. What?
Oh, he left. Taylor, you scared him away already. Way to go.
Okay, it is my topic. I thought long and hard 3 minutes before recording.
Giggity.
Today, we're going to test your storytelling skills and your deception skills.
Oh, I do like stories.
We are going to play 2 truths and a lie,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
but you have to tell a story for each truth and lie.
Oh, so
I'm
it's-
gonna lose.
oh.
I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm gonna lose.
Mm.
Spur of the moment, ad lib. I'll give you a minute to think, because I got to think of some. But yeah, we're going to test your DM skills, Taylor.
I'm a terrible DM.
Your acting skills, Devin.
I'm mediocre. But sure, okay.
That should be a shirt in the shop. I'm mediocre.
It's okay to be mediocre, everybody.
Hey,
It's okay.
hey, we just got a new shirt, people.
I'm mediocre.
I'm mediocre.
I'll move this back just a teeny bit. There we go. Yeah, that's a little better. Have more room.
Yeah, I gotta get my pop filter set up on this mic. So, apologies if it's echoey or anything. My hair looks fabulous today. Good Gandhi.
So does mine.
Oh.
Bald! Bald! Bald!
Fall.
You guys want to see? No.
Bald!
Oh, the tease.
Bald.
That'll be the OnlyFans. Devin with his hat off.
OnlyFans. No, Ben, you have to do the OnlyFans.
Yeah, no, it's an us thing. It's an
I
us thing.
will do it with Ben. Wait, no, I will do...
I'm a married man. Taken.
I will do an OnlyFans reveal with Ben with the hat. It'll be like Double D on Ed, Edd n Eddy, how he always has the sock. The black sock hat. Never takes it off. That's me. Okay, everyone. Today on the podcast, we are going to be teaching you how to lie. No.
Yep.
7 years ago, I shot an ape in the anus.
So you're the reason Harambe was taken from us.
No.
R.I.P.
You.
It was you. You little Oompa Loompa
We can do
killer.
shadow puppets on my face.
Yeah. Look, it's a,
Okay. Anyway.
it's a squirrel.
Do you guys have your stories?
As much as of a story as I'm gonna get, yeah, as much as I can.
No.
And, I mean, bright side of this, we get to tell 2 funny stories
Hold up.
that
I
are
thought
true.
you were going to give us like a thing to tell a story about.
No, you create a story about, you just tell 2 truths, and then the lie, except it's not a sentence, it has
Okay.
to be a story.
Can
Like, I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go first while you're thinking.
They can be short stories, though,
Okay.
right? Like, they don't have to be, like, super long.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I'm ready.
Story 1, okay? Story 1. I didn't like using the bathroom at my friend's house because his dad was scary. And I used the bathroom once and I clogged their toilet pretty bad. And I didn't know what to do, so it was one of those you're flushing and it goes down and then starts filling. I was like, oh crap. And I'm sitting in the bathroom. I'm like 9, maybe 10, crying in his bathroom, flushing it over and over. And I left. That's part 1 of the story. I just left. And as I was leaving, I can hear his dad yelling. And I was like, oh crap, oh no. So because of that experience, I don't like using the bathroom at my friend's house. So part 2 to this story. I it was a day, I can't remember, I was feeling sick in the stomach, and it was my first time ever wearing boxers. And I had gym shorts on.
No.
And so at my friend's house, I had to poop so bad.
What is up
But
with
I
this
was-
podcast and poop?
I was gonna say first story, and we're on poop again. I'm so proud.
Just wait, it gets good. So I played with my friend. I'm prairie dogging it so bad,
Oh.
and it's the cramps, and I'm like, I just got to go home.
It's crowning.
And yeah, that's exactly what happened.
I've been yo-yoing a turd for the last 5 minutes. It's getting really
Shut
bad.
So what happened is, what I did is clenching the cheeks, pitching the penny, and I felt a little slip, and my heart dropped.
Oh.
And just a little nugget of poo came out of my gym shorts on the floor. And their whole family was there. And I was so embarrassed. And I'm trying to I pretended like nothing happened.
Oh.
Their dog came up and sniffed it. And the dad noticed it.
Oh.
And he thought the dog pooped. And he started yelling at the dog. And they started beating the dog in front of me. And screaming, and the dad picks up the poop with his bare hands to throw it away.
Ow! Ow!
Oh,
Uh,
I hope that's a lie.
I hope so too, but it's so intense. I don't think it is.
Yeah, but
But
guy's good at that.
I ran home crying as they were beating their dog, screaming at it for pooping in the house.
Oh.
All right, that's story 1.
Was there 2 truths
There's
and a
2
lie
more.
in there?
No, that was
Oh,
a truth or a lie.
that was so long.
Oh.
Anyway.
Oh, that was horrible. So,
Story 2. Oh, you can ask questions.
you just answered. I was gonna say if that was just one story, but you said story 2. So never mind. Answered my question right off the bat.
Yeah.
Oh goodness! All right,
When I get to heaven, that dog's gonna be like, "You son of a."
you.
That's
Okay.
gonna be the reason you're going to hell.
Yeah.
Yep, just that.
I think the dog's name was Lila. I can't
Aw,
remember. Or Allie, something like
Poor
that.
puppy.
Allie.
But
Oh, yay.
that's why I'll never use the bathroom at a friend's house.
That's fair.
Anyway, all right. Story 2. Camping with my family. And we were invited to go camping with this other family. And they had a lot of kids. And I didn't necessarily like them, but it was like, oh well. And so we're camping together as a family. And on this mountain, what was really cool is there was like this mudslide I found, and I'd get a stick and I slid down to the mountain in this mudslide, and I was using this stick like an oar. I don't know, pretty cool, but my shorts just turned caked with mud. Anyway, I got to the bottom, and they had this baby who was deaf and blind. I think it was like 18 months old. But anyway, I get down, and there's a ton of people around, and I'm walking through the campsite, and I hear someone's holding this baby, and this baby just starts making gurgling noises, and I think it was one of the sisters, like, he's gonna throw up. And so I run away, because I couldn't do throw up at the time, and she started chasing me with the baby. I don't think she meant to, but she was running my way, and I'm like screaming, like, no, get away from me. Baby projectile vomits
Oh.
everywhere.
Oh.
Yep. I guess all of my stories have to deal with bodily functions.
Yeah. You guys can continue this podcast this week. Have a good
He's like, I'm out.
Anyway.
I'm out. Oh, he left. Well,
So I got thrown up on by a deaf and blind baby. Long
Ugh.
story short.
deaf and blind baby. That's okay.
Poop
All right.
and vomit. That's all Ben's got to offer. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Oh, projectile. You
Third-
know, it's kind of funny that you mentioned projectile vomit because I was watching. Have you guys ever seen the movie that has Ice Cube in it? It's called Are We There Yet?
Yes.
When he
Yes.
freaking
Yes. I loved
He's
that
like,
movie.
man, there's nothing more you could do to this car. That's the first thing I thought of when you said. I watched that just last night with my wife.
I gotta watch that. I remember watching the second one and being disappointed.
Are we done yet? Yeah. It
Yeah.
wasn't as good. The first one I thought was funny. That poor navigator though.
Yeah.
Every like comedy movie that I love, there's always a car that gets destroyed. Tommy Boy, they destroy Richard's car. Are We There Yet? They destroy the navigator. Freaking every episode of Dukes of Hazzard, because I've seen the behind the scenes thing.
Oh yeah.
And the amount of frames they bent on those jumps. Anyway, sorry. Side tangent. Side
Okay.
tangent.
Okay,
Story
what's your
number?
third story?
Disneyland,
Oh, this ought to be
This
good.
one's true.
2010. What?
He's just immediately. That one's true.
There I was, standing in the California Adventure line. And it was my first time going on. Do you remember it was California Screamin' before the Incredicoaster?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
California
I didn't know they
Screamin'.
changed it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they
The
did.
last
It's
time
the
I was
Incredicoaster
in Disneyland,
now.
it was California Screaming.
It's the one that
No,
has the
it's-
loops, right? The really big one.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Pixar Pier. Standing in the line, I waited freaking forever to get to the front. So there I am, standing in the line and super excited. Then all of a sudden, these people start screaming. Like, ah! Like, excited screaming. So I'm looking around thinking Mickey Mouse is going. And someone walks past me in the line, like, grabs my head, pushes me to the side almost. And I'm like, what the heck? And this guy gets in the front, because I was waiting in the front, hops in the front, and they go. And everyone's cheering, and it comes back, and the guy's like, let's go again. And they go again, pissed off. I'm like, what the heck? And so I look at my sister, and she's like, oh, yeah, that's Chris Rock.
Chris Rock, huh?
Yeah. There you go.
Huh.
Boo.
Boo, Chris
Yeah.
Rock
Boo
on that one.
celebrities getting to cut in
To
line.
this day.
Boo.
To this day.
I do like Chris Rock though, but come on, man.
It's not necessarily Chris Rock, just that.
Maybe I should have slapped him.
Will Smith did before Will Smith did.
Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Get
your
my
big
spot in line.
head out my line.
Keep this coaster's name out your mouth. Oh, goodness.
All right, there you go.
Oh, you
I
made
really
that one
hope
hard.
the poop one's a lie, so I'm going with that one, just in case.
I really hope
Just
that the
hoping.
poop one's a lie too, but there is so much detail to it. I might regret this choice. I'm going to go ahead and say that the projectile vomit baby is the lie.
All right.
I think the actual lie is Chris Rock, but I'm really hoping it's the poop.
The lie is the third story.
Chris Rock.
It was Chris Brown, not Chris Rock.
Oh.
Wait,
So-
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I was
don't
right.
like Chris Brown.
With-
I hate Chris Brown. I'll put it on record. Anyone that hits a woman, I hate. So,
That's fair.
yeah.
so
He beat up Rihanna, and I was like, I hate this mother.
I hate him.
Oh man, you're making me turn my brain on, dude.
There we go.
Turning brains on. Yeah.
Wait, should we turn this into a battle for the toast? Whoever gets the most right?
Oh yeah, I could have done the toast for you guys last time. I probably should have. Now that
Yeah,
I
it
think
still
about
hasn't been in the video.
Yeah.
It has.
Are you finished?
Oh,
Are you
where is
finished?
it?
It's been just sitting right there the entire time, and yes, I have. I
Oh.
finished my little spot. See, it's,
Yeah.
see, it's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
Oh,
Just really.
I thought
tiny.
you were gonna do Halo.
Nope. I decided to do my little cartoon for the channel because I was like, Master Chief head would take up too much room, so I just did a little me. But it has been in.
There we go.
It has been in
If
the
I
video
win-
every time.
I'm just painting that side white.
Just painting it white.
Oh.
The whole thing is white.
Basically just whiting out what you painted over.
Okay.
Fine.
It's my topic. I decided Taylor has 1 point. It's a battle between three of us. Actually, no. You said the first.
The host cannot win. You have to be the
What?
judge.
But we're all judging. It's equal.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, the toast has
I don't
been in
know.
every
Alright.
video. Oop,
For the
every
toast.
video.
For the toast.
Because at least the last time we did it for the toast, the person who was hosting couldn't win.
No, we're changing it up.
Okay, that's
It's
fine.
episode.
He's like, I need to
Wait, it's
win.
episode 20.
I need to
Oh
win.
my gosh! Why didn't you do something more special, you loser?
What? I thought sharing stories was special.
I'm joking.
See
Okay,
what you
I
did.
was serious.
Now,
It wasn't a joke.
now
I was
you-
serious.
Looks like I'm
You
not
don't
special
actually like
anymore.
him that much.
You made
This
Ben
is the
cry
episode
and
I
If I'm
leave
being
the
honest,
podcast.
we invited him to be a host with us out of pity.
I'm not part of
Right,
this
Devin?
conversation.
Nah,
I'm
just
going to make you
kidding.
look like an
Sticks and
ass
stones.
on this one.
I mean, he's so great. I'm so happy he's back. Like, oh, you had me so worried you were gone, Ben.
It's okay. I did a brief monologue to the camera.
So did I.
Literally, you both did the same thing, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna let you. I'm just gonna let this one go. I'm gonna go over
I
here.
talked about how great you are and how much we missed you and needed you on this podcast.
Oh, that's funny because I said this is my last episode. Then I closed my camera.
See, abuse, even on this fun channel.
You know?
There's always
No.
gonna be someone getting.
I like it, Ben. It's a good idea. I just am gonna fail at my truths and the lies, so because I'm bad.
It's okay.
Guess you don't really want the toast that bad then.
Just kidding. I know how to do it.
All right.
He's gonna find some way to
Who
cheat.
goes next?
I'll go. I'll go. Oh,
Types
Okay.
chat GPT in the side.
unless you're ready to go, Taylor, then you can go.
I'm ready to go.
Okay, go. Go ahead and go.
Let's do it.
I
Let's
I
do
will
it.
be third today.
Oh, I'm not gonna do good at telling a story. Never mind. I'm pulling it. I can't do it. I'm bad. I'm trash. Get me out of here.
Ben, this
Okay.
might be Taylor's last episode.
It is my last episode. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not good at storytelling. My players know it. I'm a terrible DM.
At least
Wait
we
till
have.
Ben comes back. Oh, he's back.
At least
I'm
we
back.
have it on camera now. Just kidding.
Okay.
Okay.
Story number 1. There was one time when I was out playing in some dirt mounds in the back of the neighborhood in West Bountiful, and I didn't want to come home. It was time for me to come home for dinner, and my mom sent my older sister out to come get me. And I refused to come home, and I ran away, and she was speeding along on her bike, and I made her crash into the curb, and she fell and smashed her chin,
Ow.
and blood was everywhere, and it was bad. Felt awful, because I didn't mean to, but she was trying to chase me down, and she lost control, hit the curb, went flying off her bike, and smashed her face into the curb. Story number 1.
Dramatic. Hey, and it wasn't about
Wow.
poop. I'm proud of you, Taylor.
No, I'm trying to avoid poop.
But bodily fluid, blood.
It's a bodily
Oh,
fluid.
that's true. That's true.
Vomit, poop, blood. The next thing we need is pee. Then
Story
we got all our
number
bases.
2.
I got you.
Now, same house, West Bountiful.
Mhm.
We, my dad, for 1 year, got a big old golf net that we could set up in the backyard, and then we could hit our golf clubs into the net, and play golf in the backyard. And we were playing, and me and my 1 year under me sister, Emily, we thought it would be so fun if she teed the ball up in her mouth, and I drove it off the tee into the net. You can
I
imagine
hope this
where
isn't
this
true.
went.
I hope this isn't
Smashed
true.
her right in the head. Not great. She was fine, not like serious injuries. I was maybe like 6, so it wasn't anything crazy. But yeah, blood everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Story number 2. I
Poor
smashed
sister.
my other sister in its head. Face.
I was going to say, finish that sentence, please.
I did the golf club.
Wow. Personal history.
Smashed her face into the
Bombs.
golf club on accident, trying to hit a ball off a tee in her mouth. Oh boy. Okay.
What the hell is wrong
Wait.
with you?
That was the...
Second story.
Oh, okay. What's the third story?
The third story.
Oh, goodness.
We were in Nebraska, and do you guys know the game Buck and Bronco?
Yeah.
You guys ever play that with your older siblings? Where you sit on your older siblings' back
Oh,
and
yeah,
they just
yeah.
like launch you around?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super fun. We set up pillows and blankets to make nice cushy landings when you fall off. Didn't pay attention to how close we got to the railing though. My older brother was the Bronco, and he was trying to buck me off his back, and I went flying into the railing, right in my forehead. It was so great.
Damn.
Really deep cut, smashed. Luckily, it didn't crack my skull, but it did expose it. And then my dad, he's a dentist, so he knows how to do stitches, and he had to stitch my forehead on our dining room counter, and he used some numbing stuff. It didn't work. It hurt really bad.
Owie.
So the third story is me getting my head smashed in by a railing on accident.
All of yours were painful.
Yup.
Okay, let's see your forehead. Any scars?
I will not show that
Want to
because that would
know?
be unfair.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Do I have a scar or do I not have a scar? You can see whatever amount of my forehead you can see right now. That's all you get.
I'm gonna say the second one.
Okay, Devin.
I feel like a golf club can do a lot more damage, and I feel like I would have heard that story.
I think I'm gonna agree with Ben on the second. I think the second story is... No, actually, just to be devil's advocate, I'm gonna go with the third story is not true.
Stitches.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the lie was the second story.
Ah!
However, I did smash Emily's head with a golf club on accident. She didn't lay down and put the tea in her mouth. I swung, and on my backswing, I hit her right in the face. And it did. It split her head open pretty good. Felt really bad. But yes, the
Wow.
lie is that she put the tea in her mouth. That did not happen.
Oh, Taylor, you and
Okay,
But I
because I
was-
felt like there would have been way more damage if you just
Yeah.
hit the side of the face.
Violent tendencies are coming from you, and I'm a little
But
disturbed.
let me see if I can get a good view of it here.
The lighting.
It's,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
right there,
you
I
can
can
see
see
the
it.
indent.
I can see
Yeah.
it.
no, this was the corner of a table I ran into at full speed when I was 5. The scar is right in my hairline. I might not be able to get it. My hair's too thick.
Oh, okay.
You can kind of see it right here.
Oh,
Just a
yep.
little.
I see it. I see it. The line.
Yeah. So,
Well done. Well done.
thank you. Trick Devin. So now it's me and Ben tied 1-1.
Ah. Okay. Well.
Devin's like, so I killed a man, I robbed a bank,
Rob,
and I'm wanted in Germany.
I'm wanted in 37 countries.
Whoa.
Wow.
2 of those are true? Nah, all 3
Yeah.
of them are. Gotcha.
Ah. Okay. Story number 1 is the time I got to voice act with an actual voice actor. So,
Oh.
set the scene. This is about 2018, I think. I went to FanX with a buddy of mine. We were VIP passes, so we got to go meet a few people. And one of the people that I got to meet, his name's Jess Harnell. And he plays a lot of characters. He's played Crash Bandicoot. He's played Tim the Bear on the Cleveland Show. He's played... Was it Ironhide? He played one of the Transformers. He's got just a whole giant list of like video games and cartoons that he's played, right? Oh, he's most famous for playing Wacko from the Animaniacs, okay? So I walked up and my buddy, he went to go meet was it Jason Momoa? No. There's somebody else that was there. I can't remember who it was now.
He got the thumbs up. Gosh dang it.
Oh, did I? Yay.
Yeah, just from sitting here like this. You can barely see your thumb was up.
That's funny. Anyway,
So that means it's true.
so exactly, that's how you know it's true. So I'm waiting in line to see Jess Harnell, and I finally get up to him. We start talking, we're talking about music and talking about shows, and I'm like, yeah, people at work, they make me do voices all the time. And he's like, oh, no way, man. So, like, can you do any of my voices? And I was like, oh, yeah, well, I can do kind of a Tim the Bear, And then he starts talking to me as Tim the Bear, and he's like, yeah, you just got to bring it up just about half an octave here, and then you got to get it real back in your voice and get the accent going. That's kind of a bad one. I did it better when I was with him, but... So that was cool. That's story number 1.
I hope that's true.
That's story
Oh my
number
gosh.
1. Story number 2... I was up in the mountains with another friend, and we were out doing a little filming trip. Like, we just wanted to film some nature stuff, just for like B-roll stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going up these back trails, and there's no signs that are like no trespassing, none of that. Like, it's all open land. And we come upon this little silver sedan that's just kind of parked off to the side. We're like, what the heck? Because we're in a truck, so we're like, one, how did this car get up here? Because the trail is like, it's pretty bad. We're in a truck, so we're going past, and we see that there's this little guy in there. We can't really see him very well, but there's this dude sitting in the driver's seat. And as we're passing, he just goes and is glaring at us, and we're like, okay.
Sorry. I thought of Zoolander.
Oh, yeah. I was like, Zoolander. Right. You right. Thank you, Ben Stiller. So he shoots us this look, and we're like, oh, okay. So we keep on driving. We're like, okay, we're just going to... We find this perfect little spot, and we park. We get our camera stuff out. We start filming our little goofy things, and looking at tree branches and looking over here, looking over there. And then we're about maybe 10, 12 yards away from the truck. Then behind us, we see that same silver car start creeping up behind the truck. And it parks. And this guy gets out and is just staring at us, and he's holding something, but we can't tell what it is. I'm getting really nervous, but luckily I had brought my sidearm with me, so I was like, okay.
Lifts up the shirt, where it shows the guy. Like,
no, I didn't do that. I just kind of had my hand kind of near it because I had it hidden, and I don't have my hand on my gun. I just have it, just kind of near in case he starts being crazy. He starts walking towards us, and then he just stops, keeps looking at us, slowly walks back to his car, drives away. Never saw him again. Weird. Third story does not involve poop. Don't worry.
It's pee instead.
No, it actually involves snot. So, I'm sitting. This was back in high school.
Oh boy.
So I'm sitting there, and I think it was fourth period English, and I'm sitting there reading my book, and I'm sitting next to this kid. We'll call him Bob, I guess, for now. Bob leans over and goes, "Dude, I've been really stuffed up for days." I'm like, "Oh, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry. I'm still sitting there reading, trying to do my assignment for the day." He goes, "Do you have any tissues?" And I look over, and he's got just that one little bit of snot starting to kind of dribble down, right? Yeah. And I look back, and I'm like, "Oh, no, sorry, dude. I don't have anything." Pew! He sneezes, and he shoots a snot rocket right into my book, the center of my book, and it just all over. And part of it's on my arm. I'm like, "Argh!" And my English teacher sees this happen, and he goes, "Bob, cover your face." And then he sits back down and does nothing. That's story 3.
Oh.
There you go.
I say the award for best storyteller goes to Devin,
Devin.
because I have no idea.
we already knew that, Ben.
Yeah.
I'm going to say story number 1. It was a different voice actor.
Story number 1. Okay. Taylor?
I'm going with story number 2. You didn't actually have your pistol on you.
The story that is false is Snot Rocket.
Oh my!
100%.
That was my second guess.
100%. The second one terrifies me to this day because I'm like, what was that dude doing up there? It made no sense how he got there. And we were just out there filming, and there were no signs that said no trespassing. It was all open.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had my gun concealed. I was being lawful, but I just had my hand just kind of hovering, kind of on that closer to that side of my body because I was like, this dude is freaking me out, and I don't know what he's trying to do. And then I did get to meet Jess Harnell, and I did get to do a Tinder bear with him. That was pretty cool.
That's an amazing
well,
story.
You sparked a couple stories for me, so
good.
we could just turn it into story time like the last.
Well, no, I have 2 real ones and a fake one ready to go. But
Oh man.
if we're keeping an order, you're up.
I could do a tiebreaker because you both have 1-1, don't you?
Yeah.
We could do a tiebreaker at some point if need be, unless you guys get
Okay.
really good, really good tricky. Well, you both have tricked me both rounds actually, so never mind. I'm just gonna sit here.
Shoot. Okay.
Do you have stories ready, Ben?
Calculating.
Because I do. I can go if you want to think.
Okay,
And then
you
can
go. I gotta
and
think.
then if we still need a tiebreaker, then
All right. All right.
okay. Story number 1. Now, I lived with my aunt for a couple years after high school, right?
Okay.
And after I moved
True.
in with them, they got a house with a much larger yard out in this mountain valley. This valley between some mountains, kind of middle of nowhere area. And so they got 4-wheelers, and we went up to this place to go 4-wheeling, where there's some cool trails, there's some campsites, there's a grill, and we were out adventuring, in the woods, 4-wheeling around, having fun, and we come across this abandoned cabin. And I mean super abandoned. When we looked inside, there's rat poop everywhere, shattered glass, doors falling off the hinges.
Poop.
Ugh.
And we go around back,
Poop.
and there is a bomb with a Nazi symbol on it in the tree.
As in like a mortar shell or something?
Like
Or
a bombshell.
Like,
Not active or
With-
anything, but like
with
an
the swastika.
With a swastika. Yes.
That's
That
cool.
almost seems so far fetched. It
In the
can't
tree.
be a lie.
But yeah, that's out there in those woods. Story number 2. Story number 2. We were camping up in the Uintas, going backpacking, and this is one of the most terrified stories I've ever had. It's the middle of the night, and I wake up and I need to go pee. And so I get up, I go out of the tent, and I go to go pee, and all of a sudden I hear rustling in the bushes. And I'm like, okay, I don't see anything, right? And so I continue to pee, more rustling. And I look over,
Pee.
and this time I do see something. About 40-ish feet away, maybe, up against a tree, is a bear. And he is up on his back legs, just scratching his back on this tree. I don't know if he saw me or what, but I very slowly crept back to my tent and laid back down, and for the next 3 hours just laid there listening, am I gonna get mauled by a bear? Bear never showed up in camp. He left, I guess, because I never saw him again. But yeah, that scared the crap out of me. Or, well, the piss, to be more accurate. But, that was terrifying. And story number 3. We did bonfires a lot in high school up the canyon near the area we lived.
Oh yeah.
And it also happened to be a shooting pit. Now, we had this friend from Washington. Total city boy. It's great. Love him to death. I'm not saying I'm a backwoods guy. No, I've grown up a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But I hand him the rake, and I'm like, hey, rake out like a 15-foot circle where we're going to do the bonfire so that there's no bullets, just rake it out so we're good to go. My lovely friend, you know who you are, and I love you, rakes everything in to the center. None of us realized it.
The
Because
fire
we were
just-
getting other things. And
Do.
we build the fire, we light it, and we're all sitting there hanging out, and then all of a sudden, it was terrifying. Nobody got hit by any bullets or anything, because when they're just in a bonfire, they just heat up and kind of just pop. You know what I mean?
They're not fast enough to go.
Yeah, they're not actually it's not like shooting a bullet out of a gun. But Yeah, that scared the crap out of everyone. And I just looked at him and I'm like, dude, I thought you raked it. Well, yeah, I raked everything into the middle, like you said. That's not what I said!
I like how I literally was just talking about gun safety and getting your concealed, and you're like, oh yeah, we raked a whole bunch of bullets.
That is what sparked it.
Raked a
That
whole
is
bunch
what
of bullets
sparked it.
into a hole.
Oh man,
That's funny.
Which one's the lie?
you did way better the second time than the first.
My gut says story 2. Story 2 is what I'm thinking is the lie. Because that third one is just funny enough. I think it really happened.
I'm gonna say story 1,
Okay. The
just to
lie
be different.
is story number 2.
Yeah, baby!
Oh.
Let's go! Yeah!
It was not a bear.
What was it?
I
It
don't
was
actually know. I want to say it was some sort of wolf or coyote.
It was Uncle Ben against a tree.
No, it looked like I couldn't get a good enough view, so I don't know if it was a wolf or a coyote. But I didn't think there were any in the Uintas, so that's why it scared me so bad. Is I'm like, what is that?
It'd have to be. There aren't any wolves in the Uintas.
Yeah,
I thought.
exactly.
Unless they came down from Yellowstone.
But they don't have
What year was
coyotes
that?
either. This would have been 2018. Maybe it was just someone's dog from a different camp. But it scared the heck out of me because I didn't think anybody else was camping at the lake.
I almost guessed story 1, though, because I'm like, why?
Yeah, there is a Nazi bomb in a tree in the woods.
But then again, I'm like, America is pretty big, so you just never know.
There is no established wolf pack in Utah.
Yeah, so maybe it was just a dog from someone else's camp, but I didn't think there was anybody else camping up there. We didn't see anyone else at this lake.
So your brain just went to like the scariest thing possible immediately. Like,
yeah, could have been. It was just a squirrel and it was catching a funny shadow.
He's just a squirrel or a chipmunk.
Yeah, but I mean, that did scare me real bad because I'm like, what is that thing? I'm going back.
Scare me.
Like I couldn't go back to sleep.
Oh, that would scare the crap out of me.
All right. Well,
Okay, I got stories. Stories. All right.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Story number 1. It was a dark and stormy night.
Okay,
Just
this
kidding.
is a lie.
All right. So, all of your camping stories, all 3 of mine are about camping
Yeah.
because it sparked.
Yeah, his stories sparked the woods and gun safety and the lack
So-
thereof.
All right. So story number 1, I was 6, 7, around that time. Well, we were just camping around with a bunch of other families. I guess we went on a ton of like family camping trips. But anyway, so I decided to climb this mountain, and it was a pretty popular site, the Sawtooth Mountains, Idaho.
Okay.
And so I decided, obsessed with like fantasy and stuff. So I was pretending to play Chronicles of Narnia on the side of this mountain. And so I climbed super high up this hill and I'm playing Narnia. And then I was looking around and I realized, hey, these woods kind of look like the ones from Lord of the Rings, like the Fellowship. So I thought at the top of the mountain, it'd be a good idea to be an Uruk-hai and run down this slope of this mountain. So there I am. I'm starting to run, like, in my mind, be like, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, with my stick. Then all of a sudden, I trip and just boom, 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 boom. And, like, from Hot Rod, almost, you know, when he falls down the mountain. Like the montage. It's like that, but just bum 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 bum. And I'm just down is up is down.
Oh.
I'm just flying down this mountain. And I land by slamming into this log. My tailbone just like, here's the log, just boom. And I remember making a noise like yeah.
Ow.
And scraped all the skin on the back of my knees. And when I remember my sister screaming my name. 2 random kids walked past me and they're like, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah.
Ow.
And my sister didn't say anything. And I told my mom I fell down the mountain, and she didn't really care. I don't think they believed me. Like, no one believed me as my legs are bleeding.
Oh.
And I was just like, give me attention, please.
Oh. Poor Ben.
Alright, that's story 1.
All right.
Story 2. I was hiking King's Peak. And I was in charge of watching over this young men group. I was put in the alpha squad, the elite squad, because some kids are slower than others. I was put with the fast kids. So they wanted to go fast. We hiked King's Peak. Awesome trip. And on the way back, there's a thunderstorm that settled from King's Peak into the valley as we're walking back. And so it's starting to rain. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is fine. And then torrential downpour. Just
Dumping.
and yeah, then all of a sudden, the trail we're on is a natural runway for water. So
Yeah.
all of a sudden, a flash flood happens. So we're up into our ankles to our knees in water. And since we were in the canyon, just lightning would strike, sounded it was all around you, just echoing.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, and I have one of those old Tillamook like hiking packs, so it's made of metal, giant metal frame. And I'm thinking, well, this is fun.
Just a peek.
Is it-
Might as well have gone out with a golf club and just walked around like this.
Yeah, a copper rod. I'm invincible. Anyway,
Got it.
so I'm trying to keep a good spirit for the kids I was with. They're like, yeah, this is fine, and my heart's like boom, 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 and we can feel the storm getting closer and closer, and it gets to a point where we're about to hit a clearing, and I'm like, this is fine. As in water, thunderstorm going around, and my younger brother was there. And I remember before walking, I looked to this tree, like happenstance, like 20 feet to my left, and immediate, like, flashing white light hits the tree, like, flashbanged, and then the sound of thunder just shook, like, my ears were ringing. I fell to my knees.
Just like a bomb went
So-
off.
Yeah, lightning hit 20 feet away, and immediately started praying in Spanish, like an old Catholic lady. Don't know why, just started rambling off in Spanish, and just ringing, and everyone stopped, the group I was with, and we're about to head into a clearing after lightning struck 20 feet. But anyway, we were safe, walked into the clearing. I was like, if I die, I die.
Oh,
Just
My
walked
time
through.
has come.
Zap.
That's story number 2. So, story number 3.
You've never held back before.
Finish me.
Finish.
What's that from? Come on. It's in the middle of a lightning storm. He's trying to get struck by lightning. He's really mad. Screaming at the storm. You've never held back before. Strike me.
I'm trying to remember.
Sounds
Is it
familiar,
Marvel?
doesn't it? Nope.
Like I can see it. What is it?
I don't know. What is it?
Avatar. It's Zuko. Right after he learned how to redirect lightning from Iroh.
That's right.
You've never held back before!
Man, I
And
haven't seen
Iroh
that.
refused to shoot lightning at him, and so he got mad and went to the storm and tried to get struck by lightning to redirect it.
Man, I haven't seen that in a long time. But that's right.
It's like my entire childhood.
That was a good show. That was a good show.
There
I
you
have
go.
the box set. We should watch it sometime.
Okay.
Yes.
I like it.
Alright. Story 3.
I'm ready.
I did it off camera. So, fishing trips were very common with my family. My dad would take us, and it was one of my first time. And we get to this lake, and I did it myself, or my dad got the worm, put it on, and the only thing I did is I got the worm out. And so, puts the nightcrawler on the hook, cast out, and I was so excited to go fishing. I'm like, wow, this is pretty boring. But sitting there, all of a sudden, the bobber, like, bloop, bloop, bzzz, and I'm like, oh, crap. And my dad is like, set the hook. So little me is like,
Yeah.
and so reeling it in, and I was like, this is so tough to do. And my dad was like, okay, let me try it. He's trying. He's like, yeah, it's like not really coming in. So it takes a hot minute and reels it in and pull it up. And what happened, somehow, the fishing line got caught in a loop, tied off. Here's the hook, and the fish swam through the loop in the fishing line and got stuck. For some reason, yeah, caught the fish that way. And my dad gave the same look you guys are doing. He was like, what?
That is
Took a picture
so
of it.
bizarre. It has got
What
to be
are
true.
the odds? So takes it out. I'm like, okay. And my dad's like, well, let me untie it. I'm like, no, it's my lucky hoop. It's my lucky hoop. So cast it again. And sure enough, 3 minutes later, bloop, bloop, bzzz, and I'm like, I can't. It's too tough to reel in. Give it to my dad. Reels it in. Sure enough, lifts up the line. Another fish swam through the same hoop and got stuck. But that's story 3.
That one is so crazy. It's got to be true.
I don't even remember your other 2 stories.
Okay, so story 2
First one-
almost gets struck by lightning. Story 3 is fish.
Urukai falling down the mountain.
First one is down the mountain.
I'm going with story 1 because there's no way your mom didn't freak out when she saw your legs covered in blood.
I'm gonna do story 2.
All right. The lie is story 3.
Ah!
So that actually
it was so
that
out
happened.
there.
I've never been more disappointed in my entire life than right
So
now.
it actually happened to my sister.
Oh,
So wait,
The
do you
lip.
get the point there, Ben?
I guess no one's.
Guess it? Because if that's the case, then you and Devin are both tied at 2, and I've got a tiebreaker ready to go.
Wait, I thought I only had one.
Well,
Yeah,
if you
Devin
get the
had one.
point for no one guessing it, then
Oh, yeah,
you've got
that's-
another point.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
no
that's
one guessed
right.
Yours.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot, we got to do a tiebreaker.
All right,
Between
I've
Devin
got
and
it. I've got it ready to go.
Okay, I'm ready.
And yes, I was really offended that no one cared about me after falling down a mountain.
how rude.
I can't believe that.
I just.
I think it was my mom was busy, and I'm like, Mom, I fell down the mountain. Oh, sure, whatever. It's like,
like
okay.
It's like it was probably
Whatever,
just a hill.
Ben.
It's like it was probably just a little hill.
You're not even the youngest. Why should I care?
Us middle children.
Right.
I always get forgetting. Forgetting.
Story
All right.
number 1. This was another camping trip in the Uintas. We used to do this backpacking trip every year. This one, however, happened to be the first year. Yeah, the first time we did the trip, I was maybe 13. And we climbing up this cliff, and my cousin gets up to the top just fine. My older brother, he gets up to the top, and now I'm on the sledge and I have to get up to the top. Now I'm 13. I'm not that tall, and so I'm sitting there looking at the sledge, trying to psych myself up to jump up and pull myself up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I jump, and I grab nice loose roots, and I just slip and start to fall down this cliff. And as I start to freak out, all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, bam! Turns out my older brother, being who he is, knows I'm an idiot, and was watching, waiting for me to try and jump instead of asking for help. And the second my hand came over that ledge, he jumped forward and grabbed and just hauled me up. So that was terrifying, but yeah, thanks, bruv. Appreciate it. Because that was a big enough drop that had I not caught myself somewhere else, I would have probably died. So that was fun. Free climbing's scary. Be careful, people. It wasn't like free climbing. We kind of, yeah. It was more like bouldering up a cliff.
Bouldering.
Yeah. But second story. Ben sparked a fishing story in my mind. This is the time that a fish hooked me.
Oh.
So I gas it out. We're sitting there just kind of hanging out, chatting, and I feel a tug on the line. So, I reel it in, and I get it. And I'm holding it up by the string. This was like a year ago. Jack was with me. And I'm like, wow, sweet. That's a pretty big fish. It was maybe like this big. Didn't get to weigh him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. And I go to grab him to get him off the line. Well, it turns out the hook wasn't actually fully, like, he didn't swallow it. It wasn't fully set in his cheek. You know, with trout, how they almost have that like mustache flap right on the mouth.
Oh yeah.
I barely caught him in that flap, so when I went to grab him, he twitched and popped right off the hook, and the hook, because the pole was bent, because I didn't quite have the line yet, it flung up into my thumb, and the fish just bounced into the water and swam away, and I'm sitting there just staring at my thumb like, huh, and I look over at my older brother, and I just go, hey, so there's a fish hook in my thumb, and he starts freaking out, like, okay, I know how to get this out, but it's really gonna suck, and he is stressing and like freaking out, and I'm just sitting here like, hey man, let's just get the hook out, like, it's okay, it's gonna hurt, and that's fine.
Please.
And I'm just sitting there, pretty calm, and he is stressing. He goes, okay, we get back to camp. We didn't have any of the wire cutters though. So we start asking around. Luckily, a campsite overdid, so they give them to us. Nice guys. They let me keep the cutters, put them in my tackle box so that I had them on me. And Dave just tells me, he's like, okay, this is really gonna suck, so I'm just gonna do it. Okay, I'm like, dude, just get it out of my thumb.
He's like,
I'm sitting there. I'm just like, just get it out of my thumb. This was one of the times that really taught me that, hey, turns out I am terribly calm when things happen.
That's
Didn't
a good
quite
skill.
realize that, but yeah. So I'm just sitting there like, dude, just cut it. It's gonna suck. I know. Let's do this. And so he just goes, okay, one, and snips, and then just sends the hook, rips it out, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that sucked. Thanks. And yeah, I left the camping trip early, went and got it properly cleaned and bandaged, as you should, people. You don't want to get infections. And yeah,
rub some dirt in it. No one will care.
Yeah, that was the time the fish hooked me, and my brother had a panic over it. Now, keep in mind, inside I was freaking out a little bit, but I managed to stay calm and not make things worse, so that was good.
There we go.
Good.
Yeah. And then story number 3. Sorry. I had to remember which story I told, because I had 3, and I almost just told the first one again. Story number 3. I am golfing with my friend Nick. We are at the golf course near our house. We're on hole 18, and we've caught up to the people in front of us. This whole time on the back 9, they have just been drinking and golfing. And when I say just been, I mean they have been just pounding beers. Like, I think they were maybe on 13
Seems
or 14.
legit.
Yeah.
Golfers have that.
And,
it's a real stereotype.
Yeah. They go to tee off, and it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, man. Also, I don't know why I'm prone to seeing stuff like this, but one of them... normally you stand a good distance away from each other when you tee off, right?
Yeah.
So that you're outside of club length.
Oh no.
He tees off and loses his balance because he's piss drunk and just smashes his friend in the face.
Oh.
And I mean smashes. And so lo and behold, me and Nick's 18th hole is ruined. We then have to call the police, get an ambulance there, all of that fun jazz. And so that was a fun extra 3.5 hours. But yeah, so yeah, that was fun.
Oh man.
Oy.
So
Dang, Taylor. I'm a bad DM. Yeah, whatever. Okay.
I feel like I've been lied to.
Better.
I've been lied to
That's the point.
so badly. I don't like this game anymore. My friends are lying to me.
What's your guess, Devin?
I am gonna go with story 1 because I'm pretty sure you have actually told me the hook story before.
I was about to say, I heard that the hook story
And the
before.
golfing
I
one
know it's
sounds
true.
on par for you because you like golf a lot. So I'm gonna go with story 1 is the lie.
Okay.
That was going to be my guess, but just to be different, I'll go number 3.
Okay. And the winner is... drum roll, please. Ben! Now that did happen, except It was actually that his friend laid down and put the tea in his mouth because they were so drunk they thought it would be funny.
No.
And he just swung right into the man's face. Like, I'm pretty sure he cracked the guy's skull. Like, it was bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
And we had to call the police, get an ambulance there. He had to go in an ambulance, and like it was way worse than I said in the story. But yeah, story number 1,
Jeez.
that is also those 1 and 2 were true. I don't know if you can see it, but
I remember you took pictures, right?
Yeah.
I saw the pictures.
Oh yeah, I can send you the pictures. Although you probably have to blur them because they're pretty gory. But I don't know
Yeah.
if you can see, but there's a couple bumps on my thumb.
From where it was.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I
don't
remember
wanna
it.
Focus the camera again. So
You know what this
'Cause I could
means?
pic-
that
Picture
was last
David's
summer.
face.
That was a year ago.
You know what this means, though, boys? Ben. Dum, ba-lum, bum, 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 bum. When we see you, this is yours. This is yours.
Yeah.
Ben has officially won the toast. I will put it over here so it's out of the video now because I no longer technically own the toast.
It's gonna go right here.
Yeah, like I said, it's
Perfect.
been in every video that we've done. It's just been back here. But it's been in there, pretty sure. So,
Well, for Discord,
There we
we
go.
can't see it because of your mic, but I think with your camera,
Yeah.
you probably can. Like in
Yeah.
the videos.
yeah, you guys are
Shows
kind of at
you
a
if
weird
we've
angle.
been watching.
Well, I listen
right.
to them at work, and I'll open my phone and watch the parts that are funny or like that I know that Devin did a bit. But,
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll skip to the edits that Devin does.
Just so you guys can see them. Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't disappoint.
They are
No.
all
Dude.
been very hilarious.
The whole camping thing was hilarious. The kidnapped.
Speaking of
Yeah.
hilarious, do you guys want one quick short story that happened just the other night before we go?
Yes.
Yes.
Sign us off
It's
with
a-
one last story.
All right, one last quick story. So the other night, I am at work with Gav, and we are patrolling our building because there's been some shenanigans going on. So we've had to pretty much put it on lockdown, do security checks, all this stuff. And we have this awesome police officer. He patrols our whole area. Okay, when he's not actually in our building, he actually patrols the area around too. So he was on patrol that night, and I was doing one last building check outside. And all of a sudden, I see a cruiser roll up, and I see, oh, it's him. Okay, hey, what's up? And he walks up, he's like, hey, any shenanigans? I'm like, so far, no, not really. It's been pretty quiet tonight. And then he goes, did you hear about the tennis courts? I'm like, what? Because there's tennis courts right by the building. We're like, huh? What do you mean? What happened at the tennis courts? And he goes, so I got a call about 20 minutes ago. He's like, it's already been taken care of, but I got a call 20 minutes ago from, I guess, this kid's friend had called his friend's dad to let him know that he lost his friend. But he was pretty sure he went over towards the high school. Apparently, this kid had drank, now granted, this is like a 17-year-old kid, he had drank an entire fifth of whiskey. An entire fifth of whiskey.
Oh my gosh.
So he is drunk off of his ass. And he's wandering aimlessly around the tennis courts. And he's just like, oh, who's there? Like he's just out of it. I guess walks up to him. He's like, "Hey, buddy, you gotta come with me. Like I gotta get you home. We're gonna have to write you, get you a ticket or a fine or whatever. Underage drinking, not a good idea."
Don't do it, people.
And
It's not
instead, this
Yeah,
kid just
don't.
goes, "No, I'm just gonna take a nap," and he just drops right there, and he just lays there. He just passes out right in the middle of the tennis court. So he has to take him home and all this stuff. So that happened the other
scared. I thought I was gonna have to clean my tennis courts on Monday.
I was about to say.
night. Nope, you're good. But yeah, he just passed out, just drunker than a skunk, just passed out.
Don't underage.
Yeah.
And
Graduation
if
time.
you are over 21, just drink responsibly.
Right. I drink
Yeah.
a little bit, and that's it.
Thank you for tuning in to the Two Truths and a Lie Camping Edition.
Ben won
Yeah,
the toast.
That's really what it turned into.
Ben won the toast.
Yeah.
Ben won the toast.
I won the toast.
Well.
Make sure comment a crazy camping story.
Like,
Make sure to
Yes.
like, subscribe.
subscribe.
Those on Spotify, leave a good review so people have more access to our content.
Please give us good
Have a-
reviews. It helps us out a lot. It really does.
Yep, check out our store. Link in the description below.
And check out the
All right.
Distracted Crew
And hit
channel.
Subscribe down below too.
Yep.
Maybe smash
Distracted
that like
Crew
button.
channel. There's new playlists coming out involving Overwatch 2, Call of Duty Zombies 3, The Sons of the Forest, Baldur's Gate. Stay tuned.
Destiny.
And a new
The
dwarf.
Destiny.
New DLC comes out in just over a week.
He's ready for that one.
And Destiny.
I don't know if you guys could hear that, but my brother Tanner's in the other room, and when I said that, he went, "Yeah, yeah."
We love Tanner. We gotta have Tanner back on.
We
He
do.
will be on the Destiny episodes with me for that. I'm gonna
Good.
be recording the day it releases. We're gonna try and beat the entire campaign out in one go, and I'm recording the whole thing.
No.
Heck yeah.
So-
We should end it right here, and then I'll finish my thought.
All right. Bye, guys.
See ya, everyone.
Bye, everybody.